your game, what do you credit to Mom? What do you credit to Dad?
Mom was always the better shooter. That's why she had more points in college. But Dad really taught me my footwork. He used to take me out in the driveway when I was little all the time. He just tried to teach me a little basics. So I'd say the footwork with Dad and the shooting with Mom.
Can you just kind of describe to me your skill set on the court? Like, what are you telling college coaches eventually when they start recruiting you?
I play with a nice motor. Defense always comes first, but I can score if you really need me to. I'm more of a 3 and inside paint kind of guy. I can catch and shoot, I can stretch the floor. So those are the kinds of things I would tell a coach.
What's the dynamic like of having your dad as a coach? I mean, he told a pretty good story. I want to repeat it here, but like, how do you juxtapose that, you being his son versus also being his player in that sense?
Well, it's completely different lifestyle. So at home, he's obviously my dad, but here, before every season, I remind him, I want him to coach me the hardest. I don't want any excuses for me being the coach's son and being here. So he's the one that's always, get extra shots up, stay after practice, get a couple extra sprints in. So if anything, he's the one that coaches me the hardest out of all the coaching staff.
It's a challenge to coach your own kids, and more importantly, to make sure that you don't treat them any differently than the other kids that are on the team. That was probably the biggest challenge for me as I came up through.
What's that dynamic like now between you and Aiden as far as dad versus coach? When do you put one hat on, take the other hat off?
So I learned a lesson a few years ago that kids' biggest fear was to get in the car on the way home from a sporting event. And I read this amazing article, and it said that, and I read it and I took it to heart. And I realized that I was the guy they were talking about. So I said, you know what, never again. So we walk out of the gym, it's Dad, unless he asks me a specific question about the sport. Outside of that, I'm there to support him. I'm there to prop him up. I'm there for him to talk to, but I'm not a coach outside of here.
Let's talk a little bit about you and Nikki and how you've tried to help Aiden as far as the basketball stuff goes over the years. Like at home, is it one of those deals where you have a basketball hoop like on the garage or outside or something like that? And how have you guys either been hands-on or off in terms of developing his game?
Yeah, we do have a basketball hoop at home. I think that was his 3rd grade birthday present, we expanded our driveway specifically just to put a basketball hoop in for him. We never really had to push Aiden to do anything. He's always just wanted to do it, whether it's bouncing a basketball in the kitchen until his mother yells, knock it off, or going outside in the snow and shoveling off the driveway and shooting. Playing in the rain, it didn't matter. He just wanted to bounce a ball and have fun with his friends.
Any extra motivation to do well at Cedar Crest, being your parents are alums here, former basketball player? Does that give you any extra oomph to keep going?
Of course. My parents are amazing people, and they did amazing things while they were here. So, I'd love to live up to what they accomplished and, did while they were here.